Royal Rumble 2016 just passed. And we were all worried how Royal Rumble was going to happen this year, whether the fans were going to overtake it, hijack it from the previous 2 years. Fortunately, it did not happen. Fortunately, we had a different kind of ending. But is it the ending we wanted? Is it the ending we deserved?
Not to mention the emotional roller coaster it took to get there. Was anyone seeing the various events that led to it happen?
But first, we will get to that later on. We'll run through the card, and then we'll get to that really hype main event, Royal Rumble. First up, Kevin Owens, Dean Ambrose, IC title, last man standing, knockdown, drag out, slobber knocker of a fight. Wouldn't you guys agree?
Oh, yes. It's a hell of a match. Probably the match of the night.
It was good. I don't know. They're both really good. I don't have much to add. Like, they're just so, like, obviously talented to me. And, like, Kevin Owens is so passionate. And he was yelling, "I hate you." And
yes.
Dean said, "I hate you back." Like, it was definitely one to watch. Like, I just have no criticism for it.
Yeah, they both have. They're on top of their game, both of them right now. It was like pretty much the internet's dream match. Like, you have two fan favorites, Kevin Owens, the indie darling, Dean Ambrose, just like a fan favorite. They went at it, ring psychology, the tables, no ladders, but lots of chairs, lots of high spots. Kevin Owens doing the suplex. Whatever that move is, off the top onto the table. Back and forth, pop-up power bombs.
I think it's technically a neck breaker.
Is it a neck breaker?
I'm not really sure, because he's done it before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what it was, ultimately in the end, Kevin Owens did not make the 10 count. He was going for a moonsault on a bunch of chairs, and there was two ladders stacked on the outside. Dean Ambrose pushes him over. 1 to 10 count, whatever, and Ambrose wins and retains the IC title. I did not think Kevin Owens was going to lose this match.
Yeah, no one. None of us did. If you guys watched our previous video talking about our.
But you should have. Anyway, I felt there was more story to tell if Kevin Owens won the championship, but they decided to go with Dean, and you can't fault him for it because Dean is a good wrestler. So,
and it kind of plays out in the end of the night. I feel like it makes more sense.
Does it play out ever? Okay, next up we had the Tag Team Championship. New Days versus the Usos.
Does anyone give a shit about the Usos? Yet again, I'll give you the opportunity to raise your hand if you do. Oh, I don't see it. I don't hear any rustling.
No crickets.
I don't think anything's going on out there.
No. Okay. New Day comes out without Xavier Woods, so we're like, what happened to Xavier Woods? Is he mourning the loss of Francesca, the trombone? No, ladies and gentlemen, because you know why? Brother has needs, as he said.
Brother has needs.
Francesca, too, comes out to a standing ovation. And New Day does what New Day does best, and that is entertain. A good match, I'll say. Like, these 5 guys, I should say, do have chemistry. They do put on good matches. Biggie, Xavier, and Kofi are just on fire. Right now, I don't think there's any stopping them. Even a little heelish, where the fans wanted Xavier to play Francesca, but he did not.
Francesca 2.
Francesca's 2.
Dead.
F2.
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. So we'll call it F2 for short. Put it on the ground and did not play it. True heel. So they're playing their characters so well. Did you guys enjoy this match as much as I did?
It was enjoyable. It was entertaining. It's a solid match.
It's always fun to see New Day come out and do something. I don't know. I never really cared all that much about the tag team division. I mean, it's okay. And now, like, New Day gives you something to genuinely look forward to, like a team that really gets the fans up and going. You can hear everybody in the crowd saying New Day rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just awesome.
Oh, and on a side note, the event did take place in Orlando, near, I guess, NXT area, maybe, because the crowd was not as high of a level as NXT, but it did have an NXT type feel. So it was like one of those good crowds, and I commend Orlando for that. So it's always nice to see a good crowd on a pay-per-view. Next up, we had Kalisto and Alberto Del Rio for the United States Championship. Lucha, just a rematch of the flip-flopping, playing hot potato with the title right now. overall, it was a kind of a sloppy match, though.
Yeah, it was a little messy. I mean, it comes with the territory with the lucha style.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're going about 1,000,000 miles a minute, so...
Del Rio did go for the mask again, like as he always does. Not much to talk about this one. It was what you would expect, like the match on SmackDown, on Raw. But it was Kalisto regaining the United States Championship from Alberto Del Rio. So he is now a 2-time United States Champion.
Which is really interesting to just see him, like, his style of wrestler get, like, seriously recognized. That hasn't happened, at least in any of the time I've been watching, which, of course, isn't that long, but it seems kind of against what the WWE has done in the past. They tend to go for these big dudes, and, like, he's former part of a tag team, small, high-flyer guy that's now a champ multiple times over.
Yeah, and then you see where this title's been last year, so it goes from Cena... Rusev, Cena, Del Rio, and now Kalisto. So not
Very
a lot of
different.
people have held the title, and it's very different. Rusev, Cena being big burly men, Del Rio being kind of the mid-sized guy. Now Kalisto just a small, tiny little Mexican chicken, as Rusev called him, little perro.
Which I tweeted at him. Well,
Yeah.
you did.
We did.
We did collectively.
We're all as one. It's
And I also picked him as my second pick, and that came true.
yeah.
It was really weird. Complete shot in the dark. And he actually came out. So that's weird. But come on.
Kind of the weakest match of the card, I'd say.
Yeah. What was not weak was this next match we're going to have a lot to talk about. It's the Divas Championship match, Charlotte, Becky.
Yes.
They gave this match time. They gave this match a proper storyline. At least the video package in the beginning to like hype it up. The fan was behind it. They didn't chant for other superstars or other divas of the match. They didn't do the wave. They gave this match respect, which I love. They gave this match time, like I said, and it was a pretty good match, I gotta say.
I think it's especially like fitting too that it was in Florida, like it's in Full Sail, which NXT is in Full Sail. It's a match of two NXT, former not champs, but like former
diva, women's wrestlers. I don't know,
like they don't even have a name,
participants,
like whatever. Two major players in the NXT women's division, so definitely very cool that they had this like whole segment. And I was rooting for Becky, knowing that she likely wouldn't win. I think Charlotte is doing the heel thing as well as she possibly can do. Personally, I think it's getting a little bit stale, but I guess that's just what they're going on right now. And then the best thing ever happened.
Oh, before we get to that, though, before it's a lot of excitement, there was little weird spots with Flair, like just straight up kissing Becky Lynch as a diversionary tactic.
Yeah,
Smooching Becky Lynch.
It's
And
some rapey, misogynistic stuff, but it's okay, because the WWE touches every territory that shouldn't be touched.
I mean,
racism, misogyny.
knowing Ric Flair's character, that's pretty much him. He's kind of like a wheeling dealing. Woo!
Yeah, but like I said with Kevin Owens, I felt there was more story to tell if he won. I felt there was more story to tell if Becky won, but in the end she did not. It was Charlotte, Baby Flair, who got the win from a coat being thrown by Ric Flair onto Becky Lynch.
Directly on her face. Perfect projectile.
Like, oh my God,
that was
a
the
coat.
second perfectly thrown projectile. We actually didn't mention in the Ambrose KO match that a perfectly thrown chair landed on Kevin Owens.
Literally like right around his neck.
And
Like,
it just
what?
wrung him like a necklace.
And they went with it too. Dean was just like punching away at him. So good on that. So yeah, the coat caused the distraction. Charlotte wins. She beats on Becky after the match, kind of like doing her superiority thing, which the way they were shooting it was like, okay, somebody gonna make the save, and somebody did come out, and Christina, who was that person you alluded to earlier?
So, we were watching Charlotte have kind of this like elongated period of time of just beating on Becky after she won, and Angel was like, who's gonna come out? And I was like, Sasha? Like, knowing that she had been injured. I didn't know the extent of her ankle injury, so I didn't know if she was going to be able to come out, or who knows, it could have been maybe Paige or something like that, but I was hoping for Sasha, and of course, Spotlight, beautiful music starts playing,
Spotlight.
And my queen enters the building with her new pink hair, looking totally badass. And she's really grown into her character. Like, she has such a presence. The second that her music started playing, the crowd was on its feet.
That was a big pop.
Roaring for her. Like, it's amazing that, as a diva, too, that, like, everyone is just so for her. And she just makes her way to the ring. And she goes immediately for Becky, and we're like, oh, like, you guys are saying BFFs, like, return of something that had existed in NXT. And, of course, nope. She has to get her knees in there, go into the bank statement, and turn right on Charlotte. Because she wants that belt, and she holds the belt up in the air, she teases it, and that's all I need. Like, honestly, it makes me kind of, like, emotional, just because I like her so much, and I'm rooting for her so hard. And we've gone on such a journey with her, like seeing her at TakeOver Brooklyn, and that's when she was defending the NXT belt, and in a short period of time, pretty much, half a year, here she is teasing how it's very real that she could have the Divas belt in a matter of months. We think maybe WrestleMania. So, crazy moment.
Yeah. Next up would probably be Fastlane for, I'm assuming, Charlotte v. Sasha. Which would lead to the hopefully inevitable three-way, maybe four-way. You never know.
Maybe Bailey will make her way up there in time.
I mean, I see more likely like Paige or somebody, just because.
Just because they got to keep it with Nikki Bella.
I mean, Paige would definitely help in that match. They've done Fatal 4-Ways before in NXT. That was Charlotte, Becky, Bailey, Sasha, Bailey. So that was a pretty solid match.
It would be amazing if they could move Bailey up, just because having that moment in NXT. That moment that I was totally crying at, that everybody was crying at, of Bailey holding the belt, but Sasha kind of out of character, just, like, visibly emotional that, like, they had this amazing match that ended up winning Match of the Year for NXT. And then the 4 Horsewomen stood there. To have them maybe stand there at WrestleMania after a match between even some of them or something, like, even if some were just kind of on the sidelines, like, that would be...
It would probably
so
be
nuts.
Like a very big arc going from the Divas division just merely 5 years ago when it wasn't nearly as good. There was some, that was good, but not to this level. Like I alluded to in my prediction video, I think if it was going to be that triple threat, the only way I thought it was going to make it that way is Becky wins. They had the rematch at Fastlane. But if they do have a Sasha-Charlotte match at Fastlane and end in like a wonky finish... like maybe Becky getting in, closing disqualification, that we can still get to the same way at that triple threat match. I think that's money, no pun intended, for legit boss.
Do we think they're gonna end Team Bad?
I don't know. Like, Sasha works fine as herself. She doesn't need a team. She doesn't need anybody.
Yeah.
Like I said, she had her new do. She was looking mighty fine. The fans had the biggest pop, like I said, when she had that bank statement. It was
legitimately, I don't think the crowd was that much on their feet for anyone else, with the exception of someone else. Maybe
someone else. Like, but up until that point, yes, only for maybe New Day and like Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose. So hopefully that match happens. The only thing, like you said, I don't know if they're gonna squeeze in Paige, Nikki Bella. The only one I would like would be Paige. Kind of like she's the only other like legit wrestler,
right?
Not like, I don't want to discredit Nikki and like Brie because they do work hard, but like from the ground up wrestler, it's Paige. So,
and also with NXT roots, and I think the only thing I fear though is that, like, with all the excitement between, obviously Charlotte is born into it, she's baby Flair, she's always gonna be relevant as long as Ric Flair's around. She's the current champion. Sasha just being a fan favorite. I feel like there's a chance Becky could get overshadowed and kind of, like, lost in the mix of this. I'm hoping that even if they start a feud between Sasha and Charlotte, that Becky will be like, wait, like, they'll still keep her interesting and not just, former best friend of Charlotte. Like, she needs to... I think she needs to forget about something.
Her. Yeah. Like, if this was, like, an experimental just to see if she can shine on her own, I think she did a well enough job. I think she has, like, enough fan base to, like, warrant
people were Becky chanting through the match. Like, people were totally on the side of Becky.
I remember they did give her that victory at SummerSlam when they had, like, the 3-team, like, squared off Team Bad, Team PCB. Sure. Yeah. She did get the winning victory on that. So they do see a little, like, something in Miss Lynch. So
Miss Lynch.
That was all the matches up until the main event, the 1 versus all Royal Rumble match. Roman Reigns, number 1 entrant, number 2 entrant was Rusev, as Christina called it, because we were trying to predict everything that would happen.
It was coming down to, like, the last, like, 20 seconds, and they had already made their predictions, and Rob was like, oh, like, it could be anyone.
It'll be Sheamus. I was like, okay.
You were like, oh, Sheamus. I literally had no idea. Total shot in the dark. First person I thought of, Rusev, and Rusev's music starts playing.
Rusev,
I was like, what is going on?
So they start the match. They go at it for a little bit, and Roman Reigns eliminates him quickly, within the minute and a half from the countdown. I thought, oh, is this going to be like the Roman Reigns show where he just eliminates everybody that comes in? So, number 3 spot, music hits. They pan to Roman. We're like, who is this guy? Some, like, thug music, some rap music coming out. I totally flipped my
lid.
I jumped out of my chair. I woke up everybody in the house at the moment. I hit the chair so hard, I jumped up because it was an unexpected, not unexpected, but I was hoping, it was like, oh my god, hopefully he's in the Rumble. One Mr. Phenomenal AJ Styles, everybody. The phenomenal one, AJ freaking Styles. He's arrived in the WWE. God, it was a great moment. If anything, that is the hypest moment of 2016.
Yeah.
It's only 2 weeks in.
I mean,
whatever. I think our level of excitement left an impression onto you, Christina, because like we showed you some AJ Styles earlier in the day. It's like, oh, he might be in it, and he was, and he did not disappoint. Him and Roman went after it.
It wasn't even it was that. I feel like it wasn't even my first impression of him. Rob has been showing me videos of him for a while. Mm-hmm. Rob's brother, who's a big wrestling fan, was talking about him. Philstrom, name dropping. Yeah, he was talking about him. We watched some videos together, so I got a taste of how much of a legend this is. I mean, you guys are not easily impressed. You don't like, just whoever everyone likes just because. Guy obviously has a lot of style and...
No pun intended.
You said it. It's a magic word.
Oh, boy. But, I don't know. I'm also always one to kind of give the indie smaller wrestlers a chance, I think. So...
One thing with AJ Styles, like, I've only seen a tiny bit of him, but, like, from what I saw, he was amazing. I don't know, it was just a nice surprise.
Great reputation.
Yeah.
Only heard great things of him.
Yep.
And like I said, the crowd really helped, because if it was any, like, other random town that sits on their hands, like most audiences do, they would not have given this guy justice, but he got a raucous ovation. He stayed into the Rumble like a long time, and we'll get to that a little later on. So he had AJ Styles chance, he had a couple eliminations, and yeah, so like I said, from that point on, everything was just like gravy, because like who else could like come after that? It kind of just was a pretty fun Royal Rumble for what I remember, because it's kind of a blur now, almost all the crap that happens. All the stuff that happened. So
for a while, it was pretty much just like, who could possibly eliminate AJ Styles?
Yeah,
like
we were kind of worrying like who should not eliminate AJ Styles, and it was basically Kane, Big Show, anybody who's on the roster right
Braun
now.
Strowman.
Even though we were like, all right, Wyatt family should.
We also didn't want like new guy to get just completely blown away and outshined by old veterans. It just didn't feel like that was a good enough spot. Mm-hmm. Tyler Breeze came right out after AJ Styles.
He had a nice entrance though, I'm not gonna lie. Like he did
he kicked right into the ring. He
not the supermodel
knocked
kick.
him over.
Yeah, the supermodel kick.
No, the other one.
The beauty shot.
He beauty shot at AJ. Straight up just destroyed Roman for a second, then immediately got eliminated. So he busted in there with all this force.
But he had an impression, and I think that Tyler Breeze hasn't really gotten the full effect yet on the main roster that he should have. He definitely didn't get his first night on WWE main roster. He was just completely crapped on so quickly. So it was nice to see him not only in it, but there with some force behind him.
Mm-hmm. So then we move on forward into the Royal Rumble. All the members of the Wyatts are in, minus Bray. So it's Luke, Braun, and Eric. Big Show's in at this point. Kane's in at this big point.
Stardust and Goldust.
Stardust, Goldust. Neville, I think, is in at this point.
I think so.
Yeah. So Braun eliminates Big Show and Kane, was it?
Yeah, I think so.
So they really push Braun to be that monster heel in this one. So it worked effectively because, God, if Kane and Big Show eliminated more people, then I would have just vomited in my mouth. It would have been too much.
As you guys were saying, that seems like something they've done in past
Royal
Rumbles.
Even last year, it was just stupid. And then... I should.
I think you're moving ahead of yourself.
Yeah. But I want to get to this point though. Like when Tyler Breeze came out, we got hype on like potential. Now the potential that AJ's in, there's so much stuff that he can do. It's like looking very bright for the future. Not even just like World Heavyweight Championship stuff, just in general like great matches. You know,
for wrestling.
And
the fact that like he was there so early, like Rob was saying like, oh, like it doesn't matter like what time people come out or whatever, and me and Angel were like, no, like the order matters. Just like, I don't know, the fact that he was in early on got you thinking about all the different rumors that you've heard. If this rumor was true, second person to come out, like Daniel Bryan, like I thought really hard that they were just gonna stay on this like indie hype train. Maybe Finn would be in there. I tweeted at him, so if you watch this, sorry I was wrong.
Do you want to get to the point where your boy came in?
Oh, yes, I was going to mention that.
Okay, so that's where I was kind of alluding to, but
yes,
I thought I was...
So Kevin Owens comes in limping from his Last Man Standing match.
Selling like a boss.
Which I was worried about. I was like, okay, this is not good. I want him to win, but he's probably not gonna. But AJ Styles is in the ring, and just before the Rumble, we were checking out a House of Hardcore video, which was one Kevin Steen, a.k.a. Kevin Owens, versus AJ Styles, and it was...
A.k.a. AJ Styles.
Okay. He's never had the other name. It was... just got me so hype. I was like, oh, we're gonna get AJ v KO, and then they just went balls out, just beating the crap out of each other.
Yeah, and it ended up, like, as good as Kevin Owens is, he has the ring psychology down, because as soon as he's... yells, he's like, oh, welcome to the WWE, and he eliminates AJ Styles. I was depressed. I thought that was... My Final Four was almost true at that point. I was like, yes, and then Kevin Owens eliminates him, no. But
I mean, indie guy eliminating indie guy.
That was the safest person to eliminate AJ Styles.
That was only one mini roller coaster that we experienced. We're like,
within the
next?
span of like 2 minutes, like that happened. Like,
yeah, that was
back
because you know why? Christina, who came in relatively soon after that.
Too much of our excitement, kind of rolling on the excitement of Francesca. What's
Francesca 2?
Francesca 2. Brass instruments start playing in the air. People start rising from their seats with excitement. A beautiful checkerboard appears on the screen, and da-da-da! Sami Zayn comes back. And this time, he has both shoulders operable and ready.
Let's
runs
go.
into the ring. And he has this moment.
He has this moment.
You see Kevin Owens' reaction from his NXT
Which
he looks
feud,
pissed.
which I cannot believe they're actually paying attention to. Which
Yes,
is
I
great.
called that. Like, I don't want to say I'm like damn good at this, but like I called in a few videos. It was like fantasy booking. My fantasy booking had Kevin Owens with the championship, but Sami Zayn comes in a Rumble, eliminates Kevin Owens, and that sets up a feud for WrestleMania. That kind of happened because Sami Zayn came in, had a little fight with Kevin Owens, and eliminated Kevin Owens from the Royal Rumble. So
it's like one indie takes out another
KO
indie takes out another
eliminates
indie.
AJ. Sami eliminates KO. Which is...
I feel like that was that kind of moment of like not in a bad way at all, but like fan pandering. It was almost like the
Oh, absolutely.
we
100%.
listened, like these are the people you wanted, these are the people you deserved, and
That was definitely some of the hypest moments of Rumble.
Like, it's exciting for a totally new person, AJ Styles, like, unlimited possibility there, but even watching, like, Breaking Ground and, like, I mean, everything in Breaking Ground is recorded much beforehand, so who knows, like, how recent everything is, but Sami Zayn saying that he didn't know when his next call-up would be, like, just because he was there once doesn't guarantee that he's going to be in again. He's been on NXT the last maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
He's still on NXT next week.
Still on NXT, like, he's
going
still relevant
for the
there.
number one contendership.
So just, this seems pretty sad. I mean, he was in Royal Rumble. I mean, this is probably it for him. This is his call-up. This is solidifying that that's where he's supposed to be.
We hope it's his call-up.
I know he wants it so bad. I like him a lot, so it's very exciting.
And he's worked for it. Going from El Generico to, like, the Indies to, like, a face now as Sami Zayn. It's a good spot for him. One of the things I forgot to mention, though, New Day was in the Rumble, only Xavier Woods, because Xavier Woods does the high spots of the Rumble. fantastic.
You mean Kofi?
Yeah, I don't know why I keep mixing that up. I'm sorry. Let me rewind that. Kofi Kingston.
It seemed like it was going to be Xavier, though.
Yes.
Xavier comes out in the middle.
He was so
He's
pumped.
pumping himself up, and he has his belt on. And then I had to literally say to Rob, because he's like, it's Xavier? It's Xavier? And I was like, it literally says Kofi Kingston in the corner. Like, I was trying to alert him that it's not Xavier.
He's so pumped.
I honestly want to see Xavier wrestle more, because they haven't.
I love how Xavier straight up does not wrestle at all. He was not in the tag match. He was not in the Rumble. But he's wearing the belt.
Yeah, because you know what? He's the mouthpiece, and that's as pivotal part as anything.
He's
the hype man.
He's probably getting paid just as much to do just talking and entertaining, which is great.
So Kofi's in the Rumble. He does the high spots. He gets eliminated, or so you think, because another thing I kind of called was like, they have New Day at the outside, just carrying them back in every time he gets eliminated.
So good.
So what he's doing, Big E's on the outside. He puts Kofi on his shoulders, and they just walk around the ring, just
Sorry,
just
getting just as a thought,
just getting hype.
But I mean, this is skipping ahead. Obviously, like they had their little jokey moment. They're definitely like. They're so in with the crowd. Like, we were watching as Big E was carrying him away, that they just went and were talking to fans. They were high-fiving people that were standing there.
Yeah, I'm in the Rumble still, so what?
Like, there's wrestling going on, but like you can't help but notice them and like all the charisma that they have. Have to say though, there was some stupid stuff going on, crazy stuff happening, and then the camera goes replay and shows Kofi getting eliminated.
Didn't even see it.
It wasn't shown. We didn't get to see Kofi being eliminated. So just the fact that it was like replay, like just P.S. Kofi got eliminated.
It's not even a replay. It's the first time we're seeing it.
Right.
So.
It was just so stupid because they were just giving Roman Reigns so much of the spotlight that we didn't need to see.
Being attacked by the League of Nations via Vince McMahon.
Yeah, he got attacked early on by the League of Nations. They brought him out, they put him through a table, but they just left him here instead of just throwing him back in the ring.
Funny crap though. He literally
Rusev was great.
He was
oh my god.
He crashed through the table, got Roman Reigns. He had his hands in the air victorious.
Odoyo rules.
Like over his head. Don't know what was happening there. He grabbed a water bottle, he did his vibrating Rusev moment. And then he just, took a monitor with him and walked out.
Don't forget about the big hug he gave to Vince. It was like a father and a son.
There was a nice four-way hug between Del Rio.
It was cute.
Rusev
it was cute.
The League of Nations and Vin Mac. He's like, yes, father, hug me. That was pretty much that. The on the ground, like pumping his fist in the air, that was classic. And stealing the monitor because he's just like a big brute. With like the water bottle. I like Rusev. Just off of that.
I like Rusev a lot.
He came back with Lana, too. We forgot to mention.
Yeah, Lana was there. We haven't seen her in a while. Out of order thing, I don't remember at this point who was even in when. But Titus O'Neil and Ryback were both in. I believe Ryback was in before Titus. They came out to, like, the worst reception.
Yeah, they got
were
booed.
Booing them really hard.
I didn't even get it.
And we were so confused. Like, please, this is one of the things you can discuss in the comments. Let us know, how do you feel? Like, are we missing something where you should just overwhelmingly hate these people? Like,
Titus makes sense. They could be just doing the ooh, ooh, ooh thing. Like, maybe it sounds like a boo.
No, that was
that was a full boo. There's no way that was mistakenly
I don't even understand.
He wasn't doing it. Like, it would be one thing if he was doing it and then you heard that and it's like, oh, was he booing? No. He came out to just a chorus of, like, I guess at this point, maybe it was coming off the indie hype train. People are like, where's Finn? Like, where's
Daniel Bryan?
Where's Samoa Joe?
Yeah, right. Like, they're just hoping for things that they're not going to get. And it was fitting to have them there. Like, they had Stardust, they need Titus. Like, they had Big Show, ... they need Ryback. Big Show versus Big Guy, as they've tried to do multiple times. I don't know. But just an interesting little thing that happened.
Going back to the roller coaster, we have the Wyatts dominating in the ring. I believe it's this is a Rowan, Harper, Strowman, Jericho, Kane.
No, he's gone at this point.
He was already gone.
Yeah, they were working on Zayn. I think they eliminated Zayn at this point too. They kind of killed him,
obliterated him,
because the moment came. We knew he was coming. Rob, who came?
The Beast incarnate.
The Beast. Brock.
Without any introduction from Paul Heyman, interesting.
Oh, he doesn't need an introduction.
He needs that music, that's it.
I mean,
he's a man who needs no introduction.
It just, none at all. We'll talk more in a minute about everything else I feel about Brock.
Brock Lesnar came in did his typical Brock Lesnar thing, just suplexed everybody. He just, not even a stylistic clothesline, just like a fancy clothesline to Braun Strowman. He like literally clubbed him. Like that was just the most awkward like clothesline.
Club to the head,
just straight up club to the head. Like lays out Braun twice because he got up and he just clubbed him again.
And then that wacky knee that he did.
Yeah,
who knew?
We knew Brock's like agile. It's maybe because he hasn't shown it in a while, but he leapt like he's freaking Superman with the giant leap of mankind. Just kneed him to the face, Braun, and he's not tied. Like Christina said, throughout the time when Brock was destroying them, that Luke and Braun are not small by any means, but Brock Lesnar just made them look tiny, like suplexing them all around, just like ragdolls.
The only person in the ring he didn't suplex was Braun.
But he was also
Braun is quite a bit bigger than him, though, like just in height and
girth.
And girth.
Yeah,
gross, but yes, he's quite a bit bigger than him. It's not that he didn't beat him up, though. Like, there's really nobody that seems like they wouldn't be, victim to Brock Lesnar.
So he ends up eliminating all the Wyatts eventually, because there was this funny moment with the Miz coming out.
Oh my god!
Seeing Lesnar's in the ring, so he just goes to the commentating table, just like, yeah, I'm in the Rumble. He's going to Misney World, as he put it.
World.
I think
he was taking Brock to Misney.
Oh, he's taking Brock to Misney World. Yes,
it was just hilarious because he could tell that he. Wait, one more thing, actually, just kind of backtracking for a second, like as we're talking about entrances and like Brock Lesnar and their effects and whatnot. Curtis Axel comes running out, and he does like the most hesitant run. Like, you could tell every bit of him is not wanting to run into like an angry Brock Lesnar, and he's eliminated.
That was Curtis.
That was Jack. It was Jack Swagger.
Yeah, it was Jack Swagger.
Curtis Axel was early.
Curtis Axel came in way earlier. I think he was number 3 or 4. No, he was number 4. I think.
Yeah, because he was after AJ.
I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. I get them confused in my head. Yeah, it is. They're similar. Yeah, I'm sorry, but yes, Jack Swagger comes running, and he does kind of like a little skip. Like, you can tell he does not want to do that full force run into Brock Lesnar, and he is eliminated like boom.
He runs straight into an F5. Straight up.
Pretty much. So I'm sorry, going back to what we were talking about now with the Wyatts.
No, actually, that's like what I was going to get into. Like, Miz came out, then Jack Swagger came out. He's like, man, nobody's going to want this beast. At this point, there's only like a few more entrants, maybe 3 or 4. We were hoping that's a slim hope it was either like going to be like Finn or like Danny Bryan, maybe
Samoa
Joe, just like kept Ziggler. I'm sorry, Ziggs, but you're kind of irrelevant right now. And then Bray Wyatt comes in, and they tease it on Raw, destroying the Beast. They had a promo with the Wyatts being like the 4 horsemen of apocalypse. The Wyatts are eliminated at this point, but Bray is their leader, and they were still around ringside. And he sicks the dogs on Brock Lesnar. He beats him up. They take out Brock. Brock fights back. He kind of like shoos him out of the ring again. They have a little showdown, Brock and Bray, but the Wyatt family come back again, and they actually do it. They actually eliminate Brock Lesnar. That was a shocking moment. Like, I knew that might happen, but I didn't think it was going to happen that early, because there was still like 3 or 4 entrants left, and they were like, all right, what happens now? So
right, and I don't know. It was an anticlimactic moment because he's Brock. Like, he has the full presence of being the monster of the WWE. He only comes out of, he only comes out from under the bed a couple of times a year.
He's the monster under your bed.
He's really, really freaking scary.
That's a really good way to describe Brock Lesnar. He is the monster under your bed.
And he just only comes out a couple of times, and no one, doesn't matter how the WWE has changed since he was last there, he can take out everyone. And just the fact that he was eliminated so quickly, and like, in the past, he'll get eliminated and he's sour about it, and he'll come back into the ring and he'll beat everybody up because he's Brock Lesnar and he doesn't get taken out like that.
I mean,
but no, he walks away, and I was like, no, like trying to plan ahead, like he's done it before. Well, he'll get all the way to the Tron, and someone will say something shitty. Maybe I don't even know. Maybe the Miz from Oblivion, and then he's gonna come running back to the ring. But no, he just kind of
accepted it.
Walked away, which was really odd.
I did not like that either.
Which was surprising. I mean, we've seen him go absolutely ballistic over on Seth Rollins and J&J Security.
This is the same man who ripped the car door off.
Yeah, like, what?
And hurt somebody in the audience.
Yeah.
And, like, a piece of it flew out. Like, his character hasn't changed, so it's not even like we could say, like, oh, it seemed like they were trying to do something more mellow with him. Like, no, he was absolutely suplexing everybody completely. Like, he seems to have almost no regard for really what the WWE wants or how he's supposed to take bumps or how he's supposed to hit people. He's him.
This is the same man who, after WrestleMania, literally F5'd Michael Cole out of his shoe and got and got suspended for that. So just to come in, just be like, all right, I guess I'm going home now.
I suppose they could be alluding that he fears the face of fear. Maybe Wyatt. I mean, like, what else could it be?
Maybe.
The Wyatt straight up eliminated. We just accepted it.
Yeah, so, I don't know, the Beast versus the Reaper. No, like... Death, Eater of Worlds. Like, storyline-wise, that'll be fun, but if you're gonna have Bray lose... Because there's no way Bray's winning that match at WrestleMania, if it happens.
Unless all the Wyatts.
But this is the first man to pin Brock after, like, 3 years. Like, I don't know. You're gonna have Bray go 0-3 at WrestleMania, but that's a different topic. Now, at this point, few entrants left. I think Roman is back at this point because he was stretched out, so he's Cena-ing the stuff out of the Royal Rumble right now.
Cena-ing the stuff.
Well, I don't want to keep it PG. He comes back. It's like his Superman. He's like eliminating everybody. At this point, it's entry 29. I forgot who 29 was. It wasn't Daniel Bryan, but it was some
29
guy.
was Sheamus.
All right, yeah, Sheamus, because he knocked him out and
Superman punched him.
And I was like, I was like, Sheamus is not in, so that could be something. He does this shtick. Entrant number 30. Oh my god, this is where like the stuff hit the fan. This is where business picked up.
It's pretty much what we.
It's what we expected. But just to see his like theme hit, it is Triple H. He's recovered. He's like from his near deathly experience from Roman initially a couple weeks back. He enters the Royal Rumble at number 30. Roman Reigns with a confused like, oh my god, look. All right, let's do it. Triple H still has an amazing regimen. Like he keeps in shape, so it's not like he's out of his element. Every time he steps into the ring, he's ready to go, and like you got to commend him for that. Love him or hate him. So he does what he does best, and that burying people. But I digress. No, I joke. Comes in, and this is it. This is the last bunch of people. We had Dean. I was going to say Seth. Dean, Roman, Triple H, Jericho, Ziggler, Sheamus, and Bray still at this point. Not what we expected, especially with Brock being eliminated at this point. But the last 10 minutes was also another roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah.
One showdown I did like, though, was Triple H and Bray. Triple H wanted Bray to like work with him to eliminate Roman. He kind of gave him the look, but then he defied him and was going against Triple H. I thought that was a nice little tease. There's so many like interconnecting storylines that could happen off that last like 10-15 minutes was pretty good. So, your thoughts before we get to the finish on like did you like the final 6?
Not what I was expecting, other than Triple H being there. I mean, I wasn't expecting him to be in the actual Rumble.
Right, you said he was.
I thought he was just going to cost him. But he just straight up is in it. Yeah. So okay.
I definitely was not expecting it to go the way that it did. I feel like I don't like this whole Roman story arc to begin with, so I don't love the ending or leading to the ending of it. But do I think it's fitting? Yes. I feel like that's what was supposed to happen. That's the end of this, but I still just barely care, and also just slightly annoying. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Does anyone else just feel like a burning pit of fire hatred for Dolph Ziggler? I'm sorry, but where do you fit in? Why did he get this entrance that was so late to the end and then kind of hung out? And I was like, no, someone get rid of him. He just doesn't belong. I don't understand why he's here. I just didn't like it at all.
I think that's probably the unfortunate result of booking over the years is just we don't care. There's other people now that can be so much better, that can take a spot. Unfortunately, not saying release the guy, but have other people shine their light on. Speaking of shine, we forgot to mention just the dumbest, stupidest, but still, albeit a little bit funny spot of the Rumble. R-Truth coming in. He rushes down the ring.
Oh my god, so stupid.
They're continuing with his, like, complete dumbass, like, gimmick.
Which, I have to say, is the most racist thing that's ever happened. But I digress.
I mean, first he was, like, a thief, stealing, like, the
Intercontinental
belt for a while.
Yeah.
And he's a big rap star, and now he's just dumb. I wonder what conclusions they're trying to make off of R-Truth. Like, it's so racist and humiliating. I feel bad for him. I mean, this is how he stays relevant, I guess, which is sad, but he's also making tons of money, so maybe he doesn't care.
Yeah.
I mean, know.
When they did it the first time, when he's like, oh, at the Money in the Bank ladder match, like, I'm gonna, like, win it, and they're like, Truth, you're not even in the match. Like, oh, my bad. Like, when they did it the first time, it was, like, hilarious. Like, alright, cool. But, like, WWE does, they see something, and they just keep pounding into your head, pounding into your head, pounding into your head. So what they have him come down, take out a ladder, set it up in the middle of the ring, go up, and when he gets to the top of the ladder, he's like, where's the briefcase? He's like, Truth, it's not a ladder match. And he's like,
it's not Money in the Bank.
It's not Money in the Bank. And then Kane eliminates him. So, I don't know. They were going for their funny moment of the Rumble so they can show them by the numbers next year, whatever. So,
I don't even know. It was just funny because as soon as he popped up and his music started playing, Rob was like, oh, is he actually in the match? And he just full speed starts running in. We're like, oh. But then immediately he goes for the ladder and we're like, oh god.
I love that R-Truth just made it in the match, but all the people in the prelims, like in the pre-show,
yeah,
Darren Young, The Ascension,
Damien Sandow, who's super
Damien
over.
Sandow,
who the crowd went wild for. It's another thing we didn't talk about. Like, there's rumor and, like, the faint possibility of his release because he's, like, getting, like, the crappiest ever matches on, like, SmackDown and stuff like that.
Not even. I feel like he's on, like, main event superstars, maybe.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
so, like, the second tier
this
shows.
Is for someone who, in that, like, match, was the only person the crowd seemed to care about.
Mm-hmm. Damien Sandow will be a fan favorite, like, forever. But it's one of those, like, they just don't want to push him for whatever reason.
I'd be very happy if they put him with the
Social Outcasts.
Social Outcasts. I think he would be a good addition to the team.
Maybe. We'll see where that goes.
There's only one member of the Social Outcasts.
One member of Social Outcasts, only 2 members of League, 1 member of New Day. Like, I guess not to bloat it, I guess, for, like, dumb. Because, like,
it made it less predictable, I guess, if they started doing, 1 member of each going around, then you don't really know, but every person we were kind of, like, genuinely like, oh, who's it going to be, taking guesses, which adds a lot, I think, to this pay-per-view in particular. Like, that was a lot of fun.
I mean, it also, I don't know, it kind of takes it away from me because I was watching some old school Royal Rumbles last week, and, like, a lot of the tag teams would come in, and they would just double team people and start dominating. Like, I get, like, they have the Wyatts doing their thing, but they're like a group. It's not like a tag team straight up.
Yeah.
Like, we would have, like, was it Royal Rumble 89? I think it started off with both members of Demolition just fighting each other to begin with.
And back then, they went hard on the, like, everybody brother against brother, tag team against tag team.
Every man for himself.
Yeah, every man for himself. I think that's kind of gotten lost, like, past couple years, because it's like, of course, you're in the same team, you're going to team up until you get to, like, the final 2, then you can go at it, but whatever. So, final few, like, the finishers, say, Bray Wyatt gets eliminated by both Triple H and Sheamus, so that was okay, because it's the boss and, like, League of Nations guy, so that still keeps Bray kind of strong, even though I wish he would have been the last 3. Chris Jericho gets eliminated. It's down to Triple H, Roman,
Sheamus, Roman, and
Dean.
Ambrose.
Yeah, so, like,
not the final 4 that
any
of us predicted. Probably not the final 4 that many people have predicted.
No, not at all. I would never expected Sheamus.
Yeah,
Sheamus
really?
on that list that I looked at was on the no chance in hell section of winning the Rumble.
He almost had a
He
chance.
was in the final 4. Like, what?
Yeah.
Who would have thunk?
When Sheamus got eliminated at this point, we were so sure that, all right, here's the heel turn for Dean coming.
Yeah.
It's like, it's going to happen. Dean is going to turn on Roman. It's going to join the Authority. He's going to conform. But no, in a shocking turn of events, it was Roman that gets eliminated. And your final 2, ladies and gentlemen, is Dean Ambrose Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Who'd have thunk?
We
Who'd
were
have thunk?
so hype. I mean, going back to the idea of, like, Roman Reigns and Triple H, it seemed only fitting that Triple H would win because that's hammering that point in that, like, nobody beats the Authority. The Authority wins everything. You dared to go against them, so look what's going to happen. But at the same time, we were like, Dean did just win his match. Like, this would also kind of be, like, spitting in the face of Roman Reigns in a way because, I don't know, the Shield, and they broke up, and this is, like, that could have been its own little branch of, like, they're going to battle one another, and anti-Shield, and maybe Seth would come back eventually down the line. Like, who even knows? Could have been its own thing. So it seemed very plausible that maybe Dean really would win, and he's never been the World Heavyweight Champ.
No. And
so that would have been a really hype moment.
It would have been hype, like, throughout the match, it's like, oh wow, are they really going to give him, like, the keys to the city? Like I said, like,
the keys to the
are
city.
they going to give him the face of the company? He's already Intercontinental Championship. That's why, as I stated before, Kevin Owens winning would have freed him up, so it would have been even more of a chance of him winning the cigar. He lost his match earlier, but now he's, like, on the cusp of winning the World Heavyweight Championship. For a few seconds there, it almost looked like he was. And
Triple H was so close to getting eliminated,
so close.
like, twice.
Yeah.
But in the end, like Christina said, the Authority always wins. And your new heavyweight champion is Triple H.
The Game.
Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
The cerebral assassin.
The part-time wrestler.
The guy that really, really likes Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And likes to mist his spit.
The man with the golden shovel. The barrier. Triple H. The pyro goes off. If he points it at the sign, I don't know. We're pointing at the sign right now. But it's so weird that potentially Triple H will be main eventing WrestleMania as champion against potentially Roman
we don't
Reigns.
know that just yet.
I really don't want that to happen. That doesn't sound remotely exciting to me at all. I just want a fucking barrier. Can you bury this and leave this where it lies? I'm so done. Holy crap. Do something.
Like, alright, because now you have potential. If Roman wins the belt again at, like, Fastlane, he's going to be already a 3-time champion.
Yeah.
Do they want him to break Cena's record now? Like, is he...
How many times has Triple H won the belt?
Now this is, like, probably 11 or 12.
Wow.
Or 13, maybe.
That's crazy.
That's a lot. So, yeah. It's going to be very interesting the next couple weeks, especially into Fastlane. What new storylines you have. The main event storyline. The openness of the mid-card storyline with AJ, with Kevin, Sami Zayn. Now you have the Brock Bray storyline. You have everything. It's going to be a very interesting, potentially fun next couple weeks into WrestleMania. So, overall...
70 days.
70
Yeah.
days.
69, because today is technically the next day, because we've been recording this for a while.
69. Alright. Overall, I would say this Royal Rumble was enjoyable. Little, like, the finish was a little suspect, but I will give it a pass more so than the last 2 years, because it was like, Triple H is the ultimate heel, so that's always a good storyline to work off of. But overall, I give this like a passing rating.
I feel like I definitely agree with you on the ending, but even more than that, still not okay with the whole Brock thing. I just don't... It doesn't fit anything that they've ever done with him. It just seems almost rushed and forgotten and not properly treated. I'm not okay with it. It doesn't... It's not good. And I hope that they get some fan backlash for that, because that was really weird.
Yeah, so overall, some things, like, they did well, some things they did not so well. But, Rob, your final thoughts on that?
It was very enjoyable. I think it was better than the last 2 years, as you said before.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm looking forward to see what Sami brings to the table. Looking forward to seeing Sami at WrestleMania. As you were saying, how you were looking forward to certain things at WrestleMania.
AJ Styles, Nakamura.
No, I mean just Sami alone.
Sami. Yeah, potentially
his theme.
Oh yes, like there's a lot of things that can sound really well on screen. Having 100,000 people in a closed stadium, like when it's open stadium, the sound goes up, so it doesn't really translate well on TV. But like Dallas is a closed stadium, 100,000 people just sing along with Sami Zayn, the ska music. Do 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 do. Let's go!
I feel like that's
be so good.
Gonna be so hype. I can't even imagine how wacky and colorful and cool his like WrestleMania, garb might be. I could see people in the audience maybe with like, I could see them with like birthday horns, like
Oh my
something,
God.
like,
They're
that would
gonna
just be really like cute and funny.
They're gonna skank all around that place, man.
I'm
That
hoping
merch
for
gonna
that
fly off the shelves.
Yeah.
that Kevin Owens Sami Zayn match.
Oh man,
Make it a ladder match.
Triple threat
I don't know.
with
I don't know what they're gonna fight
AJ,
over.
the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. The phenomenal. I don't know why I keep calling it phenomenal one, but the phenomenal AJ
I
Styles.
don't know what I'd rather see: Kevin Owens versus AJ, or Sammy versus Kevin Owens, or maybe even a triple threat.
I
I
want
would
Triple
love
threat?
to even see a 4-way with Neville.
Oh, Neville would do. Oh my god,
He is the breakout star of the year. They can
Good
just use
God.
that to push him in
breakout
any
star of the
story.
year, and also, you know,
that match would be
phenomenon
stupid.
from NXT. Another NXT winner.
Can I get a AJ Styles Finn Balor match, please?
Ooh.
Maybe I'll give a pass for this year's, but next year's WrestleMania
I think it'll
33.
be a little too much to push that all into this year.
Yeah.
But I could definitely see it coming shortly after.
Yeah, with the absence of Cena, Cesaro, Rollins, it could potentially Stang. It could still potentially be a great lineup if they play the cards right. Will they play the cards right? I guess we'll have to find out. And find out next time when we...
Like, what is there beyond, like, just say, like, in the most perfect world ever, we get the amazing, like, 3-way or 4-way match for the women's division between Sasha and everybody. You get the amazing 3-way or 4-way match between Kevin Owens and AJ
Ugh.
and Sami Zayn and maybe Neville or something like that. What else is there to look forward to for next year? Just Finn and Samoa Joe, like, and then beyond that, we could just die happy, like
next year,
yeah.
next year we have...
New faces.
Oh my god, we can have Samoa, Finn, potential Bailey, potential formation of like Balor / Bullet Club,
Shinsuke Nakamura.
like as a new faction, Shinsuke Nakamura.
You know who else? Hideo Itami. Did he die?
He
He's
should be back.
He's
very
coming
soon.
back. NXT's like the indie promotion now to watch. Brooklyn's gonna be amazing.
If you're not watching NXT and you watch WWE, you're now missing out majorly.
You're an
Yeah.
insane
They're bringing
fool.
I mean, not only is it, you know, we love it and it's very enjoyable, and a lot of times I look forward to it a lot more than Raw, but beyond that, the people that they're bringing in are Indian sensations from NXT with the exception of AJ Styles, but still.
AJ Styles just straight up skipped NXT, which is fine because he doesn't
It's
really
fun.
need it.
Yeah, they have so much jam packed in NXT. Like they still got to mix in the indie
Enzo
stars with
Cass.
like the up and comers, Enzo Cass, who should be on the main roster pretty soon. But yeah, these next two WrestleManias, it's gonna be something to look forward to. As a wrestling fan, I'm so much potential. Damn it, CM Punk, why did you have to quit? I'm sorry, I'm still gonna be salty about that one.
Right.
But maybe he'll come back.
What about Daniel Bryan?
Daniel Bryan, he will never come back because they don't want him.
We miss you, Daniel
Bryan,
come back.
I don't think it. I don't know. Like, I don't think we can let that one lie as fans. Like, he did nothing wrong. He's a perfectly good person. He just has a propensity to get head injuries.
I mean, that's not a good thing in wrestling.
No, it's not. I understand the seriousness of that, and you don't want to end up giving someone lifelong issues, but
That's pretty
the
much what
fans
happened.
want him so bad. It is just on social media trending every day. Bring Daniel Bryan back, clear Daniel Bryan.
Concussions and all sorts of other stuff. That's exactly why Corey Graves retired. Concussions. That's why he's an announcer now. So you got to be very careful.
I would even be okay if, with all these people that we're getting in NXT, build them up as characters that have managers. Like, Brie Bella is still touring. She's still a relevant part of the Divas division. Daniel Bryan is around, you know, like, have him, at least if he's not wrestling, which of course is what we'd prefer, have him do something. I'm not ready for him to be gone forever from WWE.
Yeah, and with Shinsuke coming, he does a lot of knees to the head, so that's very dangerous for Daniel Bryan. But, yeah, like I said, it's a good time to be a wrestling fan. Also, one note, they did a good job because the fans did not turn on it. Like we said, they did not chant Daniel Bryan. Maybe if they did, like one or two.
I heard.
No CM Punk chants.
Nothing I heard there either.
No what chants in anybody's promo. Even though not a lot of people did promos.
There's not a lot of promos.
No, like, crapping on the matches at all. No boring. No just random JBL chants. So, overall, this is, like, a good experience.
Good crowd.
Good crowd. Thank you, crowd in Orlando. We are your favorite trio. I am Angel. flanked by Rob and Christina.
Yes.
Well, let us know. There's a lot to this. Really, just jump off of any point that you found interesting or that you'd like to talk about. Let's talk wrestling. We're all wrestling fans. What makes this fun is being part of a community where you can, bounce different ideas off of one another. And what do you think's coming in the future? What are you looking forward to? What storylines do you think will take off? So definitely subscribe to our channel for more. Leave a comment letting us know. Thanks for listening to us ramble about wrestling forever.
Yeah. And we'll timestamp what matches are what in the comments or in the description, so you can fast forward or get to a certain point. So let's call the show your favorite wrestling talk.
Yeah.
I just throw that out right now.
On the fly.
Okay, on the fly.
That's great.
Just like that. Your favorite wrestling talk with your favorite trio. Good night and goodbye.
Good night.
Bye.